MK, and I am back with Scraptember and 30 Days of Sketches. Here's the sketch that we will be working with today, and I've pulled out a couple pieces from a Not Just for Boys kit club. Now, I'm not sure if this is my Spectrum kit or not, but I have some Pink Fresh Studio Puffy Alphas, as well as Pretty Little Studio Tales and Dreams kind of frames and tabs. I am still working with the details thickers. I am bound and determined to use them up. I also pulled out some Flair by Project Life. Again, all of this stuff was included in my kit, and I was just checking to see how puffy they really were, because Flair can get bulky with manufacturing stuff on the back. I also have some of my acrylic hearts that I planned on using because the prompt today is hearts. I have two photos of the front of my kayak and the gorgeous lake that it's a marina. It's not a huge lake that we love to tootle around on. I also have a scrap left over from my Breeze kit from the Not Just for Boys, and I'm going to be using this Color Steady piece of paper. Now, today I'm going to be doing an 8x8 page. This is going to go with my selfie page that I made a couple days ago, so that way I just have, a front and a back in a page protector. The first thing I did was cut everything down to 4x4, basically because it's a staple of the size that I use, but I decided that I'm going to use this yellow print off of this Vicky Bouton, but I wanted to rip the portions, this portion off. That way it just gives a little interest to my photo mat. But now I need to cut my photos down, and I didn't know what size to cut them down at first until I had my my ripped piece. So I went ahead and I just ripped it and measured it and then cut it down just a hair smaller, so that way that ripped piece is kind of more visible than not. All right. Once I am done with that, I will figure out how to put my photos together, like layer them up. So I think I'm going to cover up that large body of water. And then this little scrap is just basically what it was the wave coming up onto the sand. And I've already used the sand portion of my paper. And so I want to cut away the part that I did not rip off. And I'm very, very roughly cutting around where the wave is touching the sand. But I wanted it to still look like I kind of still tore it. So I am being really rough and not even trying to, make it perfect cuts. You're not going to really see the waves. They actually blend into the grid paper, but I did like having the wave, on the bottom of my layout. And that is not in the sketch at all, not one bit. And, to be honest, my layout doesn't really look like the sketch at all because I struggle with hearts. Hearts and I don't play well together, so I very rarely use hearts. I use tiny little enamel dot hearts every now and then, and that's about it. But as far as having a ginormous heart on my layout, that was the first thing I ignored about this sketch. I apologize. I'm sorry. But yes, I'm ignoring the giant heart in the sketch. Not going to happen. So I'm figuring out what elements that I want, and I decided I want 2 Flair on this layout. And then I'm going to pull out all of these kind of gold holographic, I think is the right term. I'm going to do the gold holographic hearts from this details collection. I figured, you know what, why not? Both sheets come with a whole bunch of these hearts, and when am I going to use them? Honestly, that'll probably be the last thing that I used, except for this prompted me to use them. Yay! That's the whole point of a prompt, you guys, is to get you to think, do you use this? Do you not? And actually, I kind of like it because I like the prompts, because then I get to remember to use it, for one, and remember why I don't like it, or why I don't use it. It is another thing. And I think that's great. So I'm going to spell out the word this. So it's going to say heart this, because I love taking my kayak and tootling around. There's an island in the center, well, kind of ish in the center of this small little lake. And I like to go around it. And then, there's also a little cove that I enjoy going around as well. And if you get up close enough to the cattails, I think is what they're called, cattails. If you get up really close, people can't even see you inside there. And so I just love it. And then if you get close enough to the edge of, and paddle around the edge, you can actually see some interesting things, different types of fish. I've seen turtles, crawdads. I mean, it's just amazing. All the stuff that you can see inside the body of water. So anywho, instead of having all of my stuff to the bottom right of my, like the sketch, I decided to do it on the bottom left. It kind of sort of matched my photos a little bit better. And then I built my cluster up on the top based off of that second, or that photo mat that's kind of offset on the left photo in the sketch. And so that's kind of sort of where I pulled that from, is that it was sticking up. And so I thought, a tab is perfect for placement of that, instead of me having another piece of paper. I really do enjoy just basically pulling out scraps and things like that, or trying to build a layout off of just one sheet of paper. Now, I could have, if I didn't need that wave or want that wave or just plain want to use it up, I could have built this entire layout off of that one Vicki Boutin paper and not had to worry about it. But I do like the addition of the wave. All right, so I pulled out some sponge sugar in my oxide sprays from Tim Holtz, just to make it kind of sort of match my pink hearts here and there. And that's it. That is the simplicity of this layout, minus the ginormous heart that was in the center, which was part of, it was the main focal point of that sketch, and I chose to ignore it. I chose to just pull the elements from that sketch that I liked about it. And that is the beauty of a sketch, you guys, is you pick and choose what you like from it. You don't have to do the whole thing. It's awesome. All right, be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along with this sketch and see how many people put hearts on their layouts. The link for everyone that is playing along with Scraptember or 30 Days of Sketching, or both, are down below underneath this video in the description box. And I will check y'all later. See ya.